So hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all well and thanks for clicking on this video today, which is going to be about 30 before 30, aka my bucket list of things that I want to do before I turn 30. So you may have seen a few of these videos around on the YouTubes and I just wanted to make one for myself because I love watching them and I love anything, this is going to sound so weird, but like goal orientated. I always set myself like resolutions and stuff. I'm a sucker for stuff like that. Always on that self-improvement hype. But I thought this would be really fun to share with you guys because I'm trying to do a lot more kind of lifestyle stuff on this channel. So it's not just book coverage, but you kind of get to learn a bit more about me, I guess. So that's why I wanted to film this video today. And also I wanted to say, if you're new to this channel, please do consider giving this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe if you'd like more videos from me. You can also hit the little bell, the notification bell, which means that you get notified every time I post a video. So if you click always on that, you'll never miss an upload. So please do consider giving that a hit and let's get on with the video. So I wanted to do a mixture of really mundane things and really kind of big things that I would like to achieve before I turn 30. So for some context, I am 27 and I have 3 years to do all these things. So I hope it's kind of achievable. That's why I wanted to put in some kind of like smaller things in there. Like you'll see the kind of gravity of the kind of tasks that I want to get done before I turn 30, but there's a real mixture in here. Let's get on with the things I'd like to do before I turn 30. Okay, number one, finish a novel. So if you have been a long time watcher of this channel, you will know how many times I've done NaNoWriMo, how many times I have hit 50,000 words of a project and then just stopped right there. So I have a lot of unfinished projects that I'm working on writing wise, and I just really want to finish a novel. And even if that means that that novel is not the one that I would like to pursue or get published or like pitch to an agent, I just want to finish a novel. And in an ideal world, wouldn't it be great to be published before I'm 30? But at the same time, I'm not going to put that on there because finishing a novel is the first step. And if I manage to do that in the next 3 years, I'll be really happy with that. 2, learn to bake. So over the past few years, I really developed my cooking skills. I am by no means an expert. I'm still a little bit crap at cooking, but I've really tried to kind of expand my repertoire, not order in as much, don't go out for dinner as much, still working on that one, and just try and come up with creative things to eat that are also healthy and well balanced. And I guess one thing that I've still not done is teach myself how to bake properly. I don't bake at all. I would love to learn how to bake. And I think the thing that scares me is the precision that comes with baking. Like you have to have the right amount of things. And I am a reckless person and I just don't like following rule books like that. So I want to teach myself how to bake and like have like a cake that I'm just like slaying at, you know? I just want something that I can always fall back on. Mainly just because I love to eat cakes and tasty things, and if I can bake them, that's even better. Number 3, get into running. Oh gosh, guys, I have wanted for so many years, especially in my 20s, to find a sport that I love. That hasn't happened yet, and even though I've been slaving away trying to like use my gym membership and like really try and fall in love with exercise, it's just not happening. The one exercise I think I will actually enjoy is running, and I just need to make more of an effort to do that. I'm not one of these extra fit people who need to go on a run all the time or need to exercise all the time. Like, I hate exercise. I hate, you know, that kind of like awful feeling you have whilst you're doing it and the pain that comes after. But I equally know how beneficial it is on my health, so I feel like it's an important thing for me to try and do. And running, I think, not only is it good for your mental health, but also your general fitness, and also it gets you outside. So I really do want to pick up running in the next 3 years. Number 4 is go back to New York City. So I went to New York probably about 7 years ago, I think, and I absolutely fell in love with it. And we were only there for a short time, so I don't feel like I've properly like lived it, if you know what I mean. I would love to go back and just soak it all in again, and that is why it's on my 30 before 30, is to go back to New York, really enjoy it and just live it. Number 5 is another travel related one. It is visit Japan. So I wanted to visit Japan for a few years now. So many of my friends have been and they absolutely loved it. And I think I would just love the culture there and the kind of like, it's just so completely different from, you know, Western culture. So I'm really excited to hopefully go over there. And it's looking like I might be going next year. So I'm hoping that all comes off and hopefully I'll get to vlog it for you guys. But that would be one of my dreams in the next 3 years, is to go to Japan, vlog it and have those memories for ages and have it up on my channel, which will be great. Number 6 is teach myself guitar again. So whilst I was at university and all my teenage years basically, I taught myself guitar, and my whole family plays guitar and we all love playing instruments. We're all very musical, and I've just stopped playing it. I taught myself it. I went through a bit of a, obviously I'm a huge Taylor Swift fan, and she was a big inspiration for me to pick up the guitar again and teach myself how to play it basically. But since moving to London about 5 years ago, I've not had a guitar with me. So in the next 3 years, I'd love to buy a guitar and just pick that up again. It just brings me so much joy. I just really enjoy playing guitar, and like I kind of miss just like holding it. Do you know what I mean? That feels really strange. But yes, I would love to learn guitar again. Number 7 is go on a tour of the Scottish Highlands. So I have been talking about this for so many years. As you may know, if you don't, hi, I'm Lucy. I'm a massive Outlander obsessive. I love Outlander. I've read the books, I am obsessed with the TV show, and I want to go on a tour of all the locations in Outlander in the Scottish Highlands. So I want to see Inverness, I want to go to Loch Lomond, I want to go to Skye, I want to go to Culloden, I want to see it all. So that is up there on my list of things to do, is just to see the Scottish Highlands, and I just am obsessed with Scottish history, so I feel like it would be a perfect trip for me to go on. Number 8, save enough money to buy a house, or close enough. That is actually what I've written, or close enough. So I don't know how realistic this will be, which is why I said or close enough. I live in London where the housing prices are crazy. Like, you can't buy a house in London unless you're earning a very, very significant salary. If you live in London, you may know that there's a bit of a housing crisis going on. Houses are expensive. So I probably see myself in the next 3 years still living in London, because hopefully my job is not going anywhere, and also in the next 3 years I don't think I'll be ready to kind of like move outside of London to start a family or anything like that. I will very much still be living in London, but I want to have saved up like enough money to kind of be on my way towards a house deposit. So I'm not going to put a number on that. I have a number in my head, but like, you know, I have many numbers in my head all the time, but I would like to have saved up, you know, kind of like a good round number to put towards a house deposit at some point in my life. Number 9 is a bit of a random one, but it is swim in an infinity pool. I'm such an Instagram cliche. I just really want to swim in an infinity pool and get that perfect Instagram shot. I've never swam in an infinity pool before, or gone to a place that would have one, so that is on my list in the next 3 years. Infinity pool, here I come. Number 10 is learn how to be a morning person. So I am traditionally, I wouldn't say I'm a night owl, but I work best in the afternoon and I hate getting up in the early mornings. I'm not a person who gets things done really early in the morning. I get things done probably late to mid-morning, afternoon, that's my perfect time. But I would love to be a person who just manages to get up and get going, go to the gym, and has everything done before work. Like, I'd love to be a person who wakes up at like 6 AM, you know, does some yoga, like have time to do the things I want to do and then go to work, so that I actually have time in my day for focusing on me. I know that sounds strange, but that's what I want to aim towards as I approach 30, is to just get up a little bit earlier, do some things that make me happy, become a bit of a morning person. That's my goal. Number 11 is to run a 10k. So this obviously follows on from my running kind of resolution. I just want to be able to run a 10k. I think if I start running, and then I develop enough pace and enough kind of like stamina, then hopefully I will be able to run a 10k. That vision in my head is a long way off, so if I manage to do that in 3 years, I'll be very, very happy. Number 12 is another kind of like random one, but it is to get a massage. I have never gotten a massage before, and I don't know if I would enjoy it, but I want to try it regardless. Number 13 is a sensible financial one, and that is get 3 to 6 months of living expenses in an emergency fund saved up. So I want to kind of do more videos on like personal finance and saving and boring stuff like that. I have become obsessed with kind of like reading up on finance and personal finance, how to grow your wealth and how to save money and pay off debt. And through this, I have learned all about emergency funds and why it's just good adulting to have one. So I aim in the next 3 years to have 3 to 6 months of living expenses in an emergency fund that I have got squirreled away, so if the worst happens, like I lose my a house, or I can't stay anywhere, or if like I lose my job for some reason, I'm covered. 14, watch the extended versions of Lord of the Rings back to back. I am a big Lord of the Rings fan, and I just can't remember the last time I properly like squirreled myself away and just watched all the films. I love the films. They just remind me of my childhood, so I just really want to have a weekend where I just do nothing but watch those films. And on a similar note, number 15, watch all the Star Wars films back to back. So this will be over a weekend because ain't nobody doing that in a day. But I would love to just have a marathon of all of the Star Wars films. That sounds like my dream weekend. Number 16, on the topic of rewatching, I want to reread all of Jane Austen's works. So I'm a huge Jane Austen fan. A lot of you guys know this. And I haven't read any of those books for years. I absolutely adored them when I read them, like I think probably in my early teens. I basically went through a massive Jane Austen binge, read her entire back catalogue, and then here we are now. I'm a booktuber who works in publishing, so I owe Jane Austen a lot, and I think I would owe her more if I reread her books again. So that's on my list of things to do before I turn 30. Number 17 is something cultural, and that is to go to the ballet. I've never been to a ballet before. I know I would love it. I just love the grace and elegance of it, and like the beauty and the kind of just like the pure, I don't know, it's just elegant. I would love to go see a ballet. Number 18 is one all about facing my fears, and more specifically, go to a theme park and go on all of the roller coasters, including the scary ones. So I used to love roller coasters. Here's the thing. I used to love theme parks, and then I don't know what happened. I grew up and I got scared of things. So I really just want to test myself again and go on loads of scary rides. I wouldn't do that now. I feel like I'm not really there that I would be able to jump on these rides. I would probably throw up or something. But by the time I'm 30, I just want to kind of like throw the fear away and just be able to enjoy a theme park again. Number 19 is a family related one, and that is to be able to take my parents out for dinner. So I obviously don't live where I grew up. I live in London, and my parents are from the northeast of England near a place called Newcastle, and I am not home that often. I'm probably home about 4 times a year because it's just such a kind of trek up there that I just don't get home a lot. And one of these weekends where I do go home, I would love to be able to just spoil my parents and take them out for dinner. Number 20 is to visit Canada. So Canada is just like been on my bucket list for a few years now. It's a place where I think I would just love. I think it's just my type of place. Like it's very like beautiful and foresty and cozy, and that's what I want. I just want to visit Canada. So if you have any tips on where I should go, let me know, because I am very down to tick this off my bucket list very soon. Number 21 is to learn more about mythology, in particular Greek mythology, Roman mythology and Norse mythology. So I have kind of dabbled a bit in Greek mythology, but I don't really know much about Roman or Norse, and I just want to study kind of classics, I guess. I just love mythology in general, and I think if I could go back to university and do another course, I would probably do it in classics. So if you've got any resources or anything I should read to kind of dabble in there, leave a note down in the comments so I can check it out. But yes, in the next 3 years, I'd love to kind of expand my knowledge and just read up more on classic mythology. Number 22 is to create a website kind of for me, as in like this channel, this brand. I know I've just thrown up in my mouth, but I want a portfolio on my website so that if I ever kind of go freelance, become a freelance publicist at some point in my life, I don't know. I'd be freelancing my kind of video services as well. I would love to do that at some point, and I think a website is a great tool for me to really showcase what I've done and what I could do. So I would love to create a website, just a more personal thing, and really hopefully develop my branding. It's still gross no matter how many times I say it. Okay, number 23 is go to see the Lion King musical. I am a huge Lion King fan. I have listened to the soundtracks loads, but also I have always loved the musical soundtrack to the Lion King. I've been in a lot of choirs in my life and have sung that musical soundtrack so many times. I've never actually seen the musical, so before I turn 30 I would love to see the Lion King musical. Number 24 is I would like to turn 30 free of debt. So I don't have loads of debt, but when I moved to London, I was a bit foolish and may have racked up a few thousand on a credit card. And still to this day, I'm like just about ready to pay it off. I've almost got like a few hundred left to pay off. And that's the thing, when I moved to London, I was so excited and just like going out all the time, spending loads of money. There were shops everywhere, I just went crazy. Now that I'm older and wiser, I know how to look after myself, like financially, and I want to go into my 30s without any debt. I mean, this is looking likely in the next few months that I'll be completely debt-free, which is exciting, but at the same time, like, I would love just to continue that into my 30s and make sure that I'm always this financially responsible and I don't have any debt. So that's my 24th thing to do before I'm 30. Number 25 is something more kind of insular and deeper, and it is to stop comparing myself to other people's lives. This is something that has kind of destroyed like parts of my confidence over the past few years, and I'm really bad at comparing myself to other people. For example, it stops me from doing things that I would like to do. So whether that's career-wise, whether it's like on my YouTube channel, in my relationships, my friendships, everything. I've got a really bad habit of looking on Instagram and Twitter, seeing these amazing things other people are doing, and then being like, I'm so lazy, I'm so bad, why am I not doing this, why am I not achieving this already? And that has to stop. That's not healthy. So by the time I'm 30, I want to be able to get over this and just kind of be happy with what I've got and know that the only person I need to compare myself to is myself. Number 26 is create a capsule wardrobe. So I am a big watcher of people's capsule wardrobes videos on YouTube. You can check them out if you just Google or like put in the search bar capsule wardrobes. Basically it is a tailored wardrobe per season. Basically you would pick pieces that are high quality and long lasting and, you know, not fast fashion and stuff like that. That's what I'm kind of aiming for. And you would basically just create a very small tailored wardrobe that works every season, so that you don't have all these clothes that you never wear. It's like the top things that you know you're going to wear and you can rotate and reuse. So that is what I'm aiming for by the time I'm 30, is to just have a wardrobe that I'm really happy with, pieces that really mean a lot to me and aren't just throwaway fast fashion items. Number 27 is meditate. So I have kind of dabbled in meditation and mindfulness, but I would really like to be better at this, and I would like to, by the time I'm 30, be in the practice of doing this more. I find that meditation and mindfulness is really great for your mental health, especially when you feel overwhelmed and like too much is going on. It's just really great to take a moment and be present. And I think that over the past few years I've realized that, and I would like to continue that into my 30s essentially. Number 28 is something I have been wanting to do for so long, and that is visit Chatsworth House, which is Pemberley in Pride and Prejudice. It's kind of the inspiration in all the films. It's the iconic scene where like Mr. Darcy jumps out of the lake in his wet shirt. I want to see Chatsworth, I want to see Pemberley. Number 29 is do an escape room. I've never done an escape room before. I don't know if I'd be good at it, but I want to try it regardless. And number 30 is an important one to me, and that is donate to charities that I care about. So I've not gotten in the practice of donating part of my salary, or like, you know, every month just donating a small amount to charity. And I really want to get into that space where I'm doing that, because I care about a lot of charities, I care about a lot of causes, and I would love to get into the habit of doing that. So that's one thing that I'm really aiming for in the next 3 years, is to be more philanthropic and care more about charities and donate regularly to charities and volunteer. That's quite a big one for me, because I often get very insular and I care about my problems. And I think what will really help with the perspective is to care about other things and other causes that aren't anything to do with my life. So guys, that is my 30 before 30 list. Let me know what your 30 by 30 list is, either if you've kind of done this in a blog post or a video, or even just in the comments. Just write it all out. Let me have a look at what you've got. I found this video really fun to film. I would love to do more stuff like this, either more kind of goal orientated stuff, or just more kind of talking about like where I'd like to be and, you know, how to get there. That sounds really strange. I also want to make more kind of financial content on this channel. I'm not really sure how I'm going to do that, but let me know if you've got any ideas. So thank you all so much for watching. If you haven't yet, please do subscribe, and I'll see you very soon for my next video. Bye guys.